Hey guys, so I'm back. This video will be about my, or do I want to do a tag? I don't even know. I don't know what this video is going to be about. Yeah, sure, let's talk about my priestessing. I was going to do the paranormal tag, but I don't feel like it. So instead, let's talk about my priesting before I have to go to work. Um, okay. So the priestessing did not happen on the day that I thought it was going to. I had planned for Monday, Moon Day, and instead it happened on Saturday, and um, it actually worked out because it happened to be International Women's Day, which is funny because in the ceremony it's basically me um, joining with the matriarchs, um, officially, I guess you would say. I've always been connected to them because they're my ancestors, but um, it wasn't just connected to them, it was stepping up and becoming one of them, if that makes sense. Becoming the teacher, the healer, that kind of thing, in a tradition, because really, globally speaking, we are all teachers and students at the same time. But you guys get what I mean, right? Um, Basically, it was it's a coming of age slash priestessing slash like moving into the mother phase of things, that sort of thing. It's not necessarily becoming a woman because you already had that coming of age kind of thing, but it's more so becoming the mother, if you will, whether more figuratively or literally, even. It's stepping up to the plate instead of assisting now. The more maiden roles where you assist the main person, this is now becoming that person, becoming the one who facilitates and teaches and heals and guides. Um, so, yeah, and becoming one of the mothers in your family, one of the matriarchs. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Uh, so, first off, um, this was a really small ceremony. There's only a couple people there that have known me for a long time and were very important to me, and so yeah, it wasn't big. I was going to record it, and then day of, I got this no, you don't record this. It was too personal. There was a lot of emotion in it, not just for me, but for my mother, and all involved, I believe, and so I did not tape it. I will speak on it, though. Um, so there are pictures online. I did take some pictures afterwards of the altar, of some of the people that came. I took pictures of my mother and I and that kind of thing, uh, to remember it by. The ceremony started off with my mom calling in the grandmothers and calling in the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the stone people, etc. Um, it started with her addressing the mother, her addressing, or in our instance, more Hecate specifically, um, and at, we had three cauldrons lined up, for the three generations, and I walked around and stepped over them entirely towards the east to begin um, a new phase, a new journey. And I read I read a speech basically like my affirmation thing, and I read a declaration, which the declaration was really special to me, and I will share it here, actually, because years ago, I I kept getting asked, well, what do you do? Because in the spiritual community, like, if you don't do something, then you don't have this special gift, which is really ridiculous because everyone has their own gift, even if it's a certain sort of craft, you know? And, so I became, like, annoyed with that question because I'm like, well, how do you answer that? There is no simple answer. Well, what do you do? I do a lot of things. I'm human. We all do a lot of things. Like, what do you do? And so I was active meditating on it one day at work, and I asked the grandmothers, and I got back this, which I used as my declaration, because when my mom said, now make a declaration about what you want to be, what you want to do, this was instantly what came to my head. And it is, I am my sister's keeper. I am my mother's keeper. Keeper of souls, keeper of the earth, healer, advisor, guardian, keeper. My ancestors are of the Great Spirit, and so too are yours. We are all of the Great Womb. And that was their reply to me. I'm a keeper. I'm a keeper for the women. I'm a keeper for souls, and I'm a keeper of the earth. And I do what is needed to help and assist and protect and heal. Any way that I am capable of doing. And I thought that that was perfect for this because it's all about stepping up and pitching in and doing your part. Yeah. And then I was gifted a staff, which is, yeah, over here. It's right here, and it's going that way. It is a sassafras root with copper wrapped around it that looks like a snake, and deer antlers at the top, and there are pearls and jasper and carnelian and all kinds of things glued into the knots in the wood. There are some feathers that are sacred to my family in there. And these are all things that were gifted by people. And then my mother asked everybody, the circle basically, to come up and put something on it that either represented a part of my past or something to assist me in where I was going. And for instance, one of the things on it is a spoon that my mother bought. It says Alabama on it. It's a baby spoon. And she bought it as soon as she found out that she was pregnant, because I was conceived in Alabama, born in Virginia. And she bought it as soon as she found out that she was pregnant. And so it was kind of like me from thought form to now. She also gave me a tape of me singing at like 3 with my grandma and my grandpa, who my grandpa died when I was 11. My grandma died a few years ago. And my grandmother was always really big into singing. She was big into church. She was Baptist, so was my grandpa. And she was always really big into singing. She was really into the choir. And so she is someone who really instilled that love for singing in me. And it has my grandpa going, well, you got some more? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, let her rip then. And I haven't heard his voice since I was like 11, and so it was instant feels, the feels. And my grandmother singing with me in the background, and then my mom at the end going, "That's all, folks." And it's it's a tape that's really special to me. Um, yeah. So she gave me that, and I'm gonna make a digital copy so that it doesn't get lost or die away, and so that my brothers can have it too, so they have a copy of Grandma and Grandpa's voice, um, and Mom, and yeah. So that was another big part of it. I also played Kellyanna's Ancestors song because it felt appropriate. For those of you who know the song, it's all about the matriarchs and what they did for us. Um, and it's like a thank you to them. Um, yeah, so I was gifted that. I was also gifted a besom, which has cloth from my mother and buttons with the Odin's cross/medicine wheel on them, sneakily, uh, who they were originally a matriarch of another family that's very close to us. This guy, her son was like an uncle to me, basically. So yeah, and the room has been named after that woman. So yeah, it's stubborn like her too. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a very emotional thing, and very what I needed. Yeah, and and that also came into play with the Phoenix too. I got the Phoenix like a couple days before it, on purpose. Because for me that was also a rite of passage sort of thing. Back in the day, they would make you go through a sort of pain or trial or tribulation, and then when you came out on the other side, you had like earned that new thing. It's like through pain you shed the old and you begin anew. And so that was kind of where I was going with that. Even down to the ashes burning and falling off of the phoenix, and the smoke rising from where he's risen. So yeah, um, that's all I have. I also got this awesome tam. Look at this hat. It's so beautiful and colorful, and I love it. And I'm probably gonna look horrible right now because my hair isn't down. But look at this hat. It's so cute. And I got a pouch for my friend Josh, and she made both of these. Um, and it's got some crushed eggshell and stuff like that in it. But yeah, so that was my priestessing / coming of age / mother phase. Um, yeah, and I think now I'm going to start doing heartbeat drummings in my area and that sort of thing. So you. uh, any questions, anything that like that, leave them below. I love your faces, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye.